And he said, well, Reverend, I don't know exactly where he is. He said, you can't have Axel just anywhere. I raised him. I poured into him. And as a result of that, he called me to his CEO office and he said, I need you in the enterprise. We have 100,000 employees, but I need you to find your scope of work. We're not in search my scope of work. I came back, it's not taken. He said, well, I said, what is my title? He said, I don't know, call yourself whatever you want to. And it is because of Reverend Jackson that I now am manager of external partnerships with Delta Airlines. Somebody say amen. Reverend Jackson, my declaration to run for public office here in the big city of New Orleans, South Carolina, at the age of 22. In '88, I worked with Reverend Jackson and Jonathan and Jesse Jr. And we were actually going all over the state to try to have Democrats to vote for Reverend Jackson. And then years later, Reverend Jackson asked me in '97 to be the COO of Rainbow Push. And I asked God to expand my territory, and he did that to Reverend Jackson. But just very quickly, because I don't want to take much time, Reverend Jackson had this thing of giving you words to say. You can't teach what you don't know, and you cannot lead when you don't go. So one day he called the office, and I was on a switchboard. And he said, good morning, Axel, please. I said, speaking. He said, Axel, why are you on the switchboard? You got work to do. And I said, you can't teach what you don't know, and you can't lead when you don't go there. And he said, that's it, homeboy, that's it. And I said, what do you mean? He said, oh, nothing, forget about it. I'll call you later. I met with Reverend Jackson one morning when Emmanuel and I were killed, and we met with Nikki Haley. There were no cameras, there were no reporters,